What's happening, everybody? Today I have a very fun video for you guys. I'm going to be showing you my favorite stake strategies and showing you how to play them. And if you don't know, the premise of this is that we only use what we get from stake each and every day. They pay out 10,000 gold coins and one stake coin, which is kind of like $1 pretty much. And that's what they give out each day. So the first strategy is on crash. And these strategies are actually kind of slow, so don't get bored here. They work for me for the majority of the time. Obviously, it's still risky, so can't just jump in and expect to win every single time. But basically, the premise is we actually have a really great example here. You have to have 2 losses, and then you jump in. And then you double each time you get a loss after that until you get a win. And so, just for the sake of the video, we'll start out with a penny. And we'll jump in with it. Obviously, if you have more, you can use more, but again, the premise of the channel is to show you how you can use just the $1 you get every day. And there we go. So right now, we can jump in, just to show you an example of what it would look like. And you can imagine that this has to do a lot with sitting around and just waiting for it to come. Usually I'll run this while I'm watching a video in the background or something, and it has worked really well for me in the past. I have not gotten stopped out yet. And so here we were pretty lucky. We got the win. So instantly we get the 1 cent win. And what you need to know is that whatever you start out with is going to be your win in the end. So even if we had gone and doubled and doubled and doubled and doubled our money, in the end, when we got that win, it would still be 1 cent. So the earlier you win, the better. And that can be for if you're starting with 10 cents, no matter how many times you double, you're going to still win 10 cents in the end. And so that's what this strategy is all about. You're kind of trying to make that initial amount. It's the martingale, if you guys have heard of that before. And you're trying to just win what you put in at the start. And so you keep doubling and doubling until you finally get that win. Obviously, if you had infinite money, you would always come out on top. But you are limited. You don't have infinite money. So that's where this strategy comes in. You have to be wise. Don't put everything you have. It is quite risky. And if you're going to do it, then do it with what stake gives you. Don't put in your own money. And if you're going to put in your own money, then make sure it's an amount that you don't mind losing. And actually make sure it's an amount you don't mind losing. Sometimes we say, oh, I don't mind losing this. You slap in $100 and then you'll be very upset when you lose that $100. So make sure it's an amount that you really, truly do not mind losing at all. Okay, so we're going to run in here again. We are getting quite lucky that we're getting these back-to-back. And sometimes these losing streaks can go on for a while, so you can be sat there doubling it all the way up. I find it best to start this when you have over $10. We are starting at 5, but so far it's going well for us. I don't want to bore you guys too much, but that's the premise. We've won both of them. That's the first strategy. The next strategy I'm going to show you is on mines. And you come here to mines, and you'll go to auto, you'll do 3 mines, and you'll select one place. For example, I'm going to select this. And let's switch over to my gold coins real quick, just so I can show you what it looked like with a larger amount. Start out with 10. And so I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you just play with 10. Click play, and you select it, you cash out, you get a 1.13, right? And so that's what we're pretty much going for here. We're going to click the place. We're going to do increase by, so you're getting 1.13. So you want to increase it by an amount enough to make more than that in the end. And so here we're going to increase it by 500% and see if that works for us. So there we go. It's running. We're getting some solid wins. When we start getting losses is when you'll see we'll start betting a lot more. And so what you're doing with this strategy is you're trying to make sure that you have more wins than your losses. And actually, if you want to be a little riskier, there's a way that you can do that, and you go 750 increase on it. I'm not going to do it with 10 because that's a big increase. So just make sure you have your sized well enough for this. And so let's see. Let's wait for it to hit some losses. I think I have animations on. I'm going to take those off just so you can see what it's like when it's a little faster. So here we are, we're getting wins back to back. By the way, thank you so much for your engagement on the last video that I had. It is my best performing one, and it was our all-in challenge. We literally went all in on every single stake original game, and we were up twice, about 40,000, and then we busted. But yeah, this is literally the strategy. Like, you're betting that it's not gonna lose too much, and when it does lose, it's not gonna make you bust, right? You're hoping that every time you do it, you're gonna come out on top. And as you can see, we are coming out on top right here regularly, and that's pretty much the strategy. So this one I really like as well. I like to just let it run in the background. But what I will say is make sure to put a stop on loss and a stop on gain. As you can see, we had quite a big dip there. Ended up hitting, and we came out on top. So yeah, that's this strategy. Let's go back, and the next one is actually on, I believe I wanted to show you wheel. So I have done a specific video on this, but it helps to show it again because this is one of my favorite strategies, guys. So you start out, you want to have a decent amount. So this one I would say do with your gold coins if you're trying to level up your VIP status, or if you're trying to just, get in the tournament that happens every day, the little battle, the race down here. And so what you want to do is you want to go to auto, starting amount is that, 30, and then you do 50 segments on, sorry, not high risk, medium risk. And then you want to do increase on loss, definitely not by 750. Oh, I'm slow, my bad, guys. You want to come here. You're actually doing this by hand. And so let me restart this just so you can see what it's like fresh. And so what you want is you want to see 2 losses, and then you want to go in and double it. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So there are 2 losses right there. So then you want to go boom, go in. And then you go back to your starting amount. So what you're doing is doubling it twice. You're starting amount. You're doubling your starting amount twice, and you're going in. We're getting a lot of wins here. I wouldn't attempt this with your dollars just because you need a large amount to be able to handle what the strategy does. But if you do want to attempt it, just make sure, I would say, to have over $10 and start out with like a penny, because this ramps up quick. And just for the sake of the video, I'm going to switch it over to it and just show you what it's like. We're only going to go up to losing $1, just so I can show you guys how it would work if you were to do it in here. So you'd want to actually start out with your bet being 0, and I'll explain why. So here we go. Let's try to get 2 zeros back to back. There we go. Then we go 1 penny. We got a loss. Double that penny twice. There you go. That's a win. So right there, we're up. And then we restart it, go from 0 again. And like I'm saying, this is riskier when you're having a smaller amount, just like we do now. The chances of us busting are a lot higher. So you have to keep that in mind. So we go in with the penny, double it twice. Oops. There we go. Boom. Just made 4 cents off of that. So that's how it would work if you want to do dollars. Again, have a decent amount before you start, because you are doubling it twice, and that ramps up a lot. And I want to show you how much it ramps up. So let's see if we can get a really big loss streak here, and then I can show you guys how that would look. Boom. Okay, come on. Give us something. Give us a big loss streak. Okay, here we go. Now you're seeing the numbers. Look at how much we're changing by. We're already at a 300 bet amount. Boom. And when you win, though, you're winning a very solid amount. And that was only a 1.5x. Imagine if we had hit a 5x on that. So you can imagine how high and how fast this can ramp up and how much you can actually end up making in the end. So let's get it one more time. Let's try to get a solid loss streak going. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Hopefully you can get an even higher bet amount. Unfortunately not there. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. Let me know what you like. Do you prefer a longer video, shorter video? And also let me know in the comments what other types of videos you guys want to see. I have great strategies for how to level up your VIP. I'm thinking that might be our next video, and it could be a fun video to do. So yeah, those are the three strategies that I wanted to show you guys today. Another fun one that I just like to do is you come in here to Dragon Tower and you just put in how much ever you want. You go on easy mode and you just try to make it to the top. Alright, well, that's not going to happen there. Oh my. I just want to show you guys what reaching the top would be. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to select the tiles. Can I select the tile? Thanks. Okay, so we're just going to let it run. I just want to show you guys what it looks like when you hit the top. That's it. And so I'm gonna pull this up just so you can see. Obviously, we're gonna lose a lot. This isn't a strategy. I just want to show you it. But we can make it a strategy. We can increase it by let's increase it by 5% every time. Let's go. I do want to stop it at some point because we could bust here. Very easily could bust. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to reach the top, and I just want to show you guys what reaching the top would get you. There we go. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we just reached the top, and it was a 13x, I believe, on the win. Yep, 13x on your win. So that's another strategy that you could use. Obviously, this one you need a solid amount to start off, say over $10. But you can see like it can actually end up giving you a solid amount. This strategy is not one of my favorites, but it is up there. I'd say top 10 for me, just because if you actually get lucky and you get a solid amount in a row and you're not busting, you are gonna see your money jump up with a relatively low bet amount each time. So that's the good thing about it. See right there, our bet amount isn't actually going over $1 so far per bet. But you are making a lot of bets, so just keep that in mind. And as far as the places that I picked for it to go up, nothing specific. You can pick whatever you'd like. Wow, we were one off there on that win. Well, let's wait for it to hit, and then we'll conclude the video there. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope these strategies are helpful to you. Make sure you do mitigate your risk. Don't use anything that you're unwilling to lose. Make sure it's an amount that you don't mind losing. Here we go. We are ramping up here. Let's see when this hits. We're over $1. Come on. Wow, this is a big losing streak here. We're still fine on the betting amount. We're only betting $2 so far still. With the amount that we have, this is no problem. You can imagine it's going to start to ramp up a lot more the higher we get. Boom. There we go, 40. So actually, you'd want to increase the on-loss by a little more than 5%, is what we just saw here. The reason I do 5% is because in the long run, you're going to win more than you lose. So, and what I mean by that, like you're going to have more back-to-back. But I would say like a solid amount to increase by would be 8 to 10%. But you can imagine that's going to ramp up your starting amount a lot more. So let me show you just what it would look like. See, we're going up a lot faster in terms of the bet amount that we have in. So we're already at 30 cents there. Already at 40. And now it's gonna start ramping up a lot more. And let's see what our win looks like when we do hit it though. Is it gonna bring us back into profit? I hadn't looked at this strategy beforehand, so I didn't have the numbers in my head at the time. Just wanted to show you guys just because it's a fun one. Yep, it puts you in profit just by a little bit. So probably nearer to 10% would be best. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want to see. And thank you again for watching.